Let's also bring on board Mr. Gaurang Shah, Senior Vice President at Geojit Financial Services. Sir, a very good morning to you and thank you for joining us here on First Take.
Good morning.
Now, sir, in the last, since making a low in October, the markets have rallied and how, Nifty is on a 7-week winning run. Anything particular that stands out to you about this rally?
Thank you, Suyash, and morning to all of you all. So, I think couple of things that have happened in the recent past that we all are aware, of course. First one was the outcome of the state election. Post that, last week we had the decision from the Fed, and the Fed chief, Mr. Powell, has possibly put to rest all speculation or fears in terms of interest rate hike in the US and possibility of a rate cut somewhere in mid of 2024 is what the street is expecting. Two other points that I would like to mention is first one is, of course, rupee gaining strength against the dollar. As we speak, it is somewhere close to about 82.95 rupees to a dollar. And a huge downtick as far as the crude oil prices are concerned. $72 per barrel is where NYMEX is trading this morning, and somewhere close to about $76 is where Brent is trading. So these are the other two positives that adds to the sentiments. And of course, along with that, I think possibly in the next 1 month, second week of Jan 2024, we will have the curtain raiser for the third quarter financial earnings for this financial year. Anticipation is that we could do far better than what we've seen in the first and the second quarter. So yes, we have rallied, and I think more importantly, Suyash, there was a lot of talk about on the street about FI flows, whether they'll come back to India or not. And the FOMO fear has led to a huge inflow of FI flows into our markets. So that has also supported domestic guys have been buying for a pretty long period of time. Yes, we have recovered to a great extent. Maybe we might find some headwinds at around these levels in form of intraday profit booking or maybe 1 or 2 days of profit booking. But my understanding, Suyash, is that all dips will be bought into. So if you have not participated in this rally, if you've missed the bus, use all opportunities on the downside to identify strong fundamental companies and invest over there.
All right. Sir, I also wanted to get a pulse of, how the clients, how your clients are feeling. What's their, behavior like currently? Are you seeing an increase in redemptions or, are they building a portfolio for the next 5 to 10 years?
So redemption is a question of two things. One is whether you are in need of money, Suyash. And the second part, which is most important, is, you get the anticipated return. You take money off the table and, you have to be good at both sides. One is identifying opportunities in terms of investment themes. And the second one is taking off some money off the table as and when you get those kind of returns. So at our end, what we are witnessing is there is no hurry to do any kind of redemption or pull back some money. In fact, clients have been, committing more capital in terms of their investment portfolio as far as equities are concerned. Now, be it direct equity or via mutual fund SIPs. And even over there, the numbers that we've seen recently from the AMFI, it speaks quite strong in terms of new investors coming to the market and old investors not only continuing their flows into equity market, but also increasing their allocation of capital towards equity market. So as and when, and it's only a time factor, as and when there is need of money, there will be a little bit of liquidation, redemption, as you call it. But otherwise, I have not seen any such big concerns as far as outflows are concerned. And mind you, this week, Suyash, there are 12 IPOs I am given to understand that are going to hit the market.
Right.
And despite of that, we've seen secondary market perform quite well.
Now, sir, talking about IPOs, in fact, 12 IPOs are to hit the market and 8 will hit the main board, namely your Muthoot Microfinance, Moti Sons Jewelers, Suraj Estate Developers, Credo brand, which owns Mufti line of jeans. Any particular, among these IPOs, any one particular company that you'll probably take exposure in?
So, I have to restrict my comments to the extent where my research team helps me with a recommendation in terms of IPO note. So as of this morning, out of all these names which are going to hit the street, Suyash, Muthoot Microfin Limited is the one as of now on which we have come out with a subscribe recommendation in our IPO note from a long-term point of view. I think rest will follow, and I'll be able to speak on them as and when we have the IPO note ready. But as of now, out of all these, I think Microfin Limited will be qualified as a long-term subscribe investment idea.
All right. And so, any particular sector where you have, added positions or lightened your positions in this recent surge?
Lightning, I don't, nothing to lighten up. Like I said, as and when the need arises, we advise our clients to take some money off the table whenever they approach us with that kind of, view. But allocation, I think three sectors that I would possibly, three or four rather, Suyash, for the benefit of your viewers. First one is banking and finance, both public as well as private banks, strong, diversified financial companies. Uh, Defense continues to gather momentum, power and railway related stocks. Along with this, my sense is that as the rural economy does the catch up, uh, FMCG and entry level mid-size two-wheeler manufacturing companies, along with that entry level four-wheeler manufacturing companies. So these would be some of the themes that we can carry forward into the next year, that is 2024.
And sir, what's your take on the IT pack, which was a big mover last week? Nifty IT surge by over 7%. We saw across the board movement, in both large cap and the mid cap stocks. What's your view there, sir?
So I've been pretty vocal on your channel, Suyash, as far as our IT approach is concerned. And I think now all those fears are put to rest, especially post what the Fed chief had to say in terms of the situation of interest rates. So our sense is still the same. Earlier, before the announcement of Fed statement, and even in last year, if you recollect, Suyash, there was a lot of obituaries that were written for the IT sector. We remained positive. We had strong conviction in terms of turnaround in the earnings for the IT sector, and that has paid off well. We were there when nobody wanted to be there. So we had advised our clients to, and I think on your channel itself, I had mentioned that there are two sectors which are the must in terms of your portfolio allocation. That is banking and finance and IT.
Right.
A small part of your portfolio has to be dedicated towards these two sectors. So we remain constructive as far as fundamental long-term investment idea in terms of IT universe is concerned. And I guess you will see better times in terms of earnings for the IT sector.
And so another thing that you have, said on this channel is that FIIs now they are missing on this, rally in Indian markets, this surge in Indian markets that we are seeing. And to your point, now they are back. They are back with a bang. They have invested close to about 30,000 crores so far in December alone. What particular sectors can benefit from their return?
So, they are, by the virtue of their, guidelines or thumb rule, say, first approach is definitely going towards large cap and then select mid caps. So value, well, that fear of missing out, the FOMO factor will possibly play in much more next year onwards. Our understanding is that IT, financials, autos, metals, cement, defense plays, like I mentioned, three teams, defense, railways, and power, uh, would be the spotlight where the FI flow is likely to go. And, possibly, if we are able to do well as far as interest rates are concerned, my understanding, and I hope I'm right on that, Suyash, possibly first calendar months, Jan, Feb, March, you might see a small interest rate cut if the data points are supportive and if the inflation number is well within the trajectory of the Monetary Policy Committee as well as the RBI governor. So I think these are the sectors where you will see more allocation from the FIs, and possibly this is just the beginning of a big flows coming into India. Of course, next year you have a big election. But if the recently concluded state election results are some kind of a tailwind positive, then we know the answer for that.